All right, so we're continuing with our review of some algebra concepts, and today we're going to talk about multiplying expressions. We're going to start off with some crazy exponents that'll help us on the next page. So you got to remember, when multiplying variables, you add the exponents, okay? So look at number 1 and 2. I am multiplying the variables, so I'm adding the exponents. So if we look at the first one, a squared times a to the 5th, that would be a to the 2 plus 5 to the 7th. If I look at it over here, I can break it up. First I do the numbers. 3 times 8 is 24. And then I have x to the 3 plus 5 is 8. So it's pretty easy. Even if you get something like this, some people get a little bit confused, but go piece by piece. First do the numbers. Negative 3 times negative 5 is positive 15. Now I move over to the a's, and if I don't have an exponent, that means I have a 1 for my exponent. So a squared times a to the 1st, 2 plus 1 is a to the 3rd. And then I can move over to the b's. That's really b to the 1st, and b squared, which is also b to the 3rd. So break it up into pieces. And this is the same way. We can do them all at the same time. Let's look at the numbers. Negative 3, negative 4, and 5. Negative 3 times negative 4 would be 12. 12 times 5 would be 60. I've got x to the 1st, x to the 1st, and then I don't have an x, so it's just these two. That would be x squared. And then I have a y to the 1st here, a y to the 3rd there. That gives me y to the 4th. So not very tough, guys. Just be careful. Now, we are not going to go through every problem on this because we just did some review on when we were doing the factoring for trig on multiplying. So we're going to go through some of these just to make sure we're fresh. This one right here, remember we distribute to both terms. That's all this is. 5 times 2, 10. X squared times x to the 1st, x to the 3rd. There's my first term done. The next one's 3. It doesn't have any variables, so 5 times negative 3, negative 15, and the x squared stays the same. Let's look at this one over here. The 2ab times 3a squared, the 2ab times 2b squared. Look at them as little problems. 2 times 3, 6. A to the 1st times a squared, a to the 3rd, and there's nothing to affect the b. Then we move to the next one. 2 times 2 is 4. There is no a to change it. B to the 1st times b squared is b to the 3rd. All right, let's look down here. The same thing happens here. Remember, those are both to the 1st. That's to the 1st. X times x squared, x to the 3rd. Y times y to the 1st, y squared. X to the 1st times x to the 3rd minus x to the 4th. And then the last one, y to the 1st times y squared, y to the 3rd. And then if we look at this last one, just take it one piece at a time. You might try this one on your own. If you do, I got 10x squared y minus 15xy squared minus 25xy. So try that out if you think you need it. Let's flip over to the back page and where we're really going to skip. We did these not too long ago. You remember you just got a FOIL. There's a couple of things I'll point out, and then I will let you just get to work on your homework. So FOIL, first times first. X times x is x squared. Outers, x times 3 is plus 3x. Inners, negative 5 times x, negative 5x. Lasts, negative 5 times 3, negative 15. Now, every time you do one of these, your middle two terms will be like terms, so we can add them or subtract them. That's x squared, 3 minus 5, negative 2x, minus 15. I think we probably all remember that. I'm not going to do number 10. I'm also not going to do number 11. It's basically the same thing. But I will look at this one for just a second. Remember, this doesn't mean just square both terms. It means it's 3x minus 2 times 3x minus 2. So let's do this one. 3x times 3x, we get 9x squared. 3x times negative 2, negative 6x. Negative 2 times 3x, negative 6x. Negative 2 times negative 2 plus 4. And just like on the last one we did, we can combine our middle two terms. And be careful with the addition or subtraction. Negative 6 minus 6 is negative 12x plus 4. Okay. We'll look at this. We're not going to do number 14, but just remember if you try it or see it on the homework, it looks like this. Don't mess that up. I would like to look at number 13 because it has multiple variables, but still no big deal. 3a times 3a, 9a squared. 3a times 2b is 6ab. Negative 2b times 3a, negative 6ab, or you can put ba, but it's easier if you put them in the right order. And then minus negative 4b squared. Same thing as last time. These can be combined. They're both ab's. So one's plus 6, one's minus 6. They cancel in this one. They leave us 9a squared minus 4b squared. Okay, so these last two, we'll do one of them. It's just that there's 3 terms here, so be a little bit careful when you're distributing. We'll do number 16 because it looks like a little more complicated. So just go in order and start multiplying across. 2y times 4y squared would be 8y to the third. 2y times 6y would be plus 12y squared. 2y times 9 would be plus 18y. So we got our first one done. Now we move to the second. Negative 3 times 4y squared, negative 12y squared. Negative 3 times 6y would be negative 18y. And negative 3 times positive 7 minus 27. Now be careful here because you've got to combine like terms, and there's a lot of them. There is no other y cubed, so 8y cubed stays the same. I've got a y squared here and a y squared there. 12 minus 12, though, cancels out, so they're gone. I have a y and a y, but again, one's positive 18, one's negative 18. They cancel. And then all that's left is the minus 27. So a lot of this is stuff that we've done recently. If you have any questions, though, you got to let me know. So good luck.